Hello, you lovely bunch. It's a beautiful day today, which is kind of unexpected. The weatherman seems to be finding it really hard to figure out what's going to happen in Portugal. The report looked like we had nothing but incessant rain for forever. But we keep having these glorious sunny afternoons. So we've got lots planned this afternoon. John's talking about doing all sorts of things, like installing a table into what I think is going to become our snug in the not garage of the new house, but I'll show you that in a second.
Hello team, I was going to wait until after lunch until I got stuck in. Things are flying along at speed. It's literally 15 minutes until the guys break for lunch. So I was thinking, oh, they're probably going to slow down and take it easy to 15 minutes before lunch. Often that's the case, isn't it? Not with these guys though. They are forging ahead as fast as possible. We're building a stone table.
He's also talking about building a pier. We've got loads going on in the veggie garden, and I think he said something about going to deer plant to get flowers. It's all happening. But anyway, my little task for right now was actually a suggestion from you guys. Somebody said, are you going to put a tile, typical newbie fashion, into that stone wall in the bottom of the house? And we were like, well, why didn't we think of that? That's a brilliant idea. So I'm just going to nip into the not garage quickly, find a tile. I'm looking for something with some like earthy tones, something quite nice and subdued that we can stick into the wall somewhere where they're putting the render between the rocks, and yeah, make our mark as we always do. Some paper over the tile because I think it's going to pull the paint off. Right, here's my little box of treasures. These are the old plates that came off the kitchen wall in the stone house, which we will find a home for eventually. But here is a whole variety of little tiles. Now, that's quite nice earthy tones, isn't it? These, if you remember, a lot of them were from Morocco and a few of them from India, but they used to, the ones that have got stickier bits on the back, used to be on the backsplash in our old kitchen in the house that we knocked down. That's a really unusual one. We'll take that one and see. I also, in Portugal sometimes, when you're walking around, you find little bits of tile, really, really old, beautiful Portuguese tiles, and we always pick it up. The boys love it. They always like, Mummy, look, there's treasure. You can see we've got quite a few bits and pieces here of different parts, which I've got some plans for, so watch this space. Something like a mosaic developing there, definitely. Anyway, I think that's a nice bunch. Should we take those and see what works? This outside here, just quickly, is all looking so lovely now. We've moved all of these stones into place and kind of made the border. There's the house, obviously. So this is going to be our side veranda and big doors coming off the side of the living room, the front of the house over there. And then John started planting here over the weekend. We had such a glorious day. So we've planted some more, I think, are they azaleas? Azaleas, I think. Geraniums. Some little daisy thingies. Beautiful. Just that time of year, isn't it? When little bits of colour just start getting re-injected into the world. Finally. I was definitely getting very fed up with the grey. So I'm delighted. Blue skies, flowers everywhere, fresh air, sunshine. And I know lots of you always say, oh, it's still snowy where we are, or we kind of still under 5 feet of snow. Thinking of you. And we'll send some sunshine your way, I promise.
Hello team, we're building a stone table inside the not garage. All started with this slab here. You can't really see it, but on the other side of it, it's got that that lathed stonework on the inside. And we started cutting it. You can see there's a cut in it, and we were going to just like split it and make it as part of the wall. The wall, by the way, is looking like this. Spectacular. Look at that, isn't it beautiful? But instead of doing that, we decided that we were going to take that particular stone and make it like, I don't want to say like an Aslan table, but if I were to say, you know, a big stone table, like the one we've got actually down on the lawn area, the one that was here originally when we first got here, that stone table was probably the main reason why we said yes to purchasing this property in the first place. It was such a unique thing, and we were just, wow, I have to have that table. So we're going to use that really cool piece of stone to build a table over there on the back wall of this room, of this space. It might be that they're trying to get the stonework, that particular piece of stone, just checking, into place before lunch. Let's see. And then after lunch, I'm going to be down here. I'm going to be working with them, hopefully bashing around some more stone too. When this room is eventually done, The staircase will be quite steep and it'll come from just up there. That'll be a wall there, and we'll have a door here into the garage area where the car will come in, and we'll be able to park a car there. Instead of making this into a garage or a cellar, what if we made it into a snug? Some people have said that in the comments. I think it's a great idea. And that stone table right there that we're building right now, what if that had a TV on it and we had a nice big sofa here, nice and cozy? The boys could come down here. Brilliant. Taking a quick break from work to talk to you about my beloved lawn. It is that time of year. The sun's starting to shine just a little bit and the lawn is requiring my attention. Meet my Mamotion Yucca 2000. My new robot lawnmower will save me around about 2 weeks of solid mowing my lawn work, and it'll also do a lot better job than I could have done with my petrol lawnmower. What makes the Mamotion Yucca 2000 really special is the fact that it's got not only the ability to work remotely without any lines or wires around the edges, but also because of its sweeping system behind. As it's mowing, it's sweeping up all of the cut grass, and at preset intervals that you can do on the very handy app, it'll take and it'll dump wherever you want it to dump within your zone. So if you've got a compost heap, it's going to go and take it to your compost heap, dump it at your compost heap, and then continue working. It will also sweep up leaves, any fallen little bits of debris that come down, and just basically keep your lawn nice and tidy, which is a massive time saver, especially if you're super busy. The thing about having a lawn is if you want to be proud of it, it needs a lot of attention. And taking one of the biggest jobs away and passing it across to a robot, well, that's just one thing less to worry about. That's the Mamotion Yucca 2000. I'm already thoroughly in love with it, and I'm very confident that this year it'll be out on my lawn twice a week, making sure everything's nice and tidy and perfect. And of course, like all things, you can check it out using the link in the description below. Of all of the things that we've ever tried out on TheNewbys, this is one of the ones that has saved me more time and made me happier than most, nearly all of them. Love it.
Hi, love.
Hello, my darling.
You getting ready to dive in for the afternoon?
I am ready. I've just seen Marcus drive back down the hill.
Yeah.
So
Good.
He's here and we'll be cracking on fairly shortly.
I brought some options.
That's such a good idea, isn't it?
Yeah. Love it. Where are you thinking?
Well, randomly is always best, isn't it?
Yeah. So, God, I love how they've cleaned out the stone like that. Taken all that dirt away. Wow, that's amazing. Like, you know what? This is the thing with projects like this, right? It evolves. When we started this room, I was like, oh, this is the place we'll store the bikes, you know? But this isn't a bike store. It's way too beautiful to be a bike store. So now, like all the projects we do here, things evolve as you start. And once you've got the starting point, then the ideas come and they become more and more exciting. So like now I'm looking there and I'm imagining a beautiful light fitting of some description that lights it up. Because one of the things I was thinking of was, oh, we haven't thought about lighting it and the stone wall's going up. Like, how do we get we'll have to put some sconces up and stuff to make it beautiful in here. Because now I think that actually this could be a pretty mega snug, couldn't it?
Yeah.
For the boys.
Yeah.
Like, you know, nice thick carpets, like a TV on the back wall, and all of their, you know, like little play kitchens and all of the stuff that they like to do is down here. It's out of the way, it's out of the house, but it's their space. That's a really nice space to be. And then we'll have a big walk-in pantry, I'm sure upstairs or under the stairs. We've got a wine cellar type space. But anyway, who knows what this is going to be. It's definitely not the not garage though.
Well, we could continue to call it the not garage.
Yes, and now it's just like so many knots. Anyway, let's find a place for a tile. Here's a gap.
I think finding a space for a tile is, yeah, look at that. Gosh, that'll be pretty, isn't it? I was going to say the colours are going to be really key to success on that.
Yeah.
Green is a good one.
Green is
a
good,
good one.
isn't it?
I tried a light blue one.
You didn't like it.
I didn't like that. Here's a question for everybody, in fact, because since we're just musing about it right now, looking at the tiles in position at the moment, I am, and this is a question for everybody, I'm like, this wall is on its own such a work of art. I'm hesitant right now as to whether that's a good idea or not a good idea. The second point is, another person sent another comment in and they said, quite rightly, okay, if radon is coming out of the rocks, what are you doing putting a big rock in the middle of your cellar? It's a good question. Tara's looking concerned now. She worries. She likes to worry about things. So what we'll have to do is we'll have to keep an eye on it and put a radon meter down here.
One idea I've had is to put a window right there.
Yeah, I talked to Adam about that, and Adam
What did he
said,
say?
Adam's our foreman on site. Adam said, look, talk to the engineer about it first. It'd be easy to do. But then this afternoon, we're going to be building a table right here. So this will be like, it could be the TV table in the Snug. And you don't really want a window behind the TV.
Okay, so yeah, let us know, folks. We love, let us know. Would you put a window there or wouldn't you? First question. Secondly, would you put the tiles in the wall now or would you wait? Or would you not put them at all?
Yeah.
And third question.
Radon.
Radon.
No, nobody knows the answer to that until we've tested it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good work.
Good work. Let's get on. All right. So I'm gonna help out Shiva here and just get rid of some of this dirt. Start off with. I think there's an idea. You remember the fellas built some steps here at the very beginning of the project so they could walk up. So we got rid of those steps, but I think the idea is we're going to put a seat here as well, like the seat at the other end. Or a little side table for a lamp. I know that Tara prefers lamps.
Did you read my mind? I was like, I'm not sitting on that. I'm going to put a lamp on it. Talking to any friends of mine that are going through renovation or building projects, this is such a typical thing, isn't it? The ladies are already thinking scatter cushions and lamps and wondering, when can I get that lamp into place? And the dudes are like, I'm still shoveling dirt out of the bottom of this room. We're a long way away from the lamp. But it'll come. It'll come.
Cleared out some of the stone now. The big tabletop, if you like, is on its way in. And it's a really big stone.
How are they getting it in? How are they going to get it in?
That way, I think they're going to lift it up and put it in through the side. Yeah, because nobody's lifting that. I mean... It's actually a really good job, I think, that we didn't get the stone walls, the external stone walls built before we did this, because getting things in there afterwards, that could have been pretty hard work, you know. Stone, it looks so beautiful. I don't know whether it was once a balcony or part of a door frame, I'm not sure. I think it's going to be a fairly stressful, quite tense operation, you know. So we'll watch from a distance.
Don't get in the way.
Don't get in the way, yeah. For everybody that was worried about my back a few weeks ago, thank you. Yeah, thanks very much for that concern.
Yeah, from me too. I'm very grateful.
There's no need to worry too much about it though. If it was feeling a bit too heavy, then you know, after the shoulder injury 18 months ago, you know, I am being a bit more careful. So I wouldn't be lifting anything I thought was too heavy. And I know, you were saying not even Brady's lifting rocks that big. I know. Brady, I know you're not lifting rocks that big. That's okay. We can have a rock lifting competition when you're here in a few weeks' time. Oh, that's tense already, look at that. É qual? É qual? É qual?
Vais ver, vais olhar no frio.
See?
See, see.
Okay, this bit, this side, see, and this, up. Isto? See.
Acima, see. What do you think?
Bom, now?
Now?
Fica mais estreita, estreita.
Okay. Well, let's look.
Okay.
Tá bom. Good. Okay, wait. Leverage. Very good. Slowly but surely.
Treat the stone how you treat your woman.
Well, you shouldn't be in a rush, and that, you know, this is a perfect example of not being in a rush and doing it
So slowly and so carefully, huh? They're just gonna go doof. Yay!
There we go.
Sì, muito bonito.
that's
Sì,
very beautiful.
perfeito.
I love it.
Obrigada.
Well done. Well done.
They know best.
Isn't it pretty? You know, it's when you're building your dream home, when you're building a house, and you get an idea, it's so great to be able to work with a team of guys that just say yes, let's give it a go and see what it looks like. You know, so this isn't part of the plan. It never was part of the plan, but we've got this big piece of stone and we've got an opportunity to create something unique that may very well be there forever. And these guys are well on board with that. They just totally up for the challenge.
Which is so cool, you know, to be able to do things like this, like the little kind of design features, if you will. You know, we'd love to have a table beneath that, on that wall. To have a team that's like, yeah, let's do that now. And to also, I can just see how much these guys love the creativity. You know, Marcus literally loves looking at those stones and imagining what he could make with them. So that's just amazing. It's so cool to be able to do stuff like that.
So cool. So cool. You know, we could have cut that slab up into 4 different bricks for the wall. I'm feeling pretty chuffed.
Me too.
I really am. It's things like this that make buildings like this one that we're building, in the location that we're building it in, more remarkable and more special. Very pleased.
Oh, I am so excited about this house. It's all tree roots and stuff. So they're doing a really good job at making sure all of that comes out and it's nice and clean. So it looks like that's the stone done down here, love, doesn't it?
Yeah, I was kind of thinking that there was going to be another stone wall down here at the back, and that the table was going to be built into that stone wall. Currently, it doesn't look like that's going to happen. Currently, it kind of feels like the stone situation is wrapping up down here, just for now anyway. I'm looking at that wall right now and I'm thinking, actually a nice whitewashed wall at the back there probably would lighten it up, and instead of bringing the room inwards, because of the guys that we're working with as we go along, if we want to change or upgrade or alter, then we can.
I quite like the idea of maybe putting a window there as well, so it's kind of nice to have that option.
Yeah, absolutely.
So yeah, let us know what you guys think. Would you wrap that back wall in stone? Would you put a window there? Would you paint it white and keep it nice and light and bright? Would you brick it all in? We're all ears.
Yeah, we are.
And honestly, I just could not be happier with how that's turned out. It is absolutely beautiful. What I just thought was going to be like a new version of the not garage, which, let's be honest, is not my favourite room on the flat. Is now, I can just see like my vision has totally changed. It was going to be like a pantry cellar thing, but I think it's got to be a snug. It's got to be somewhere cozy, warm, welcoming, where we can retreat to read a book, armchairs and bookcases and the kids' toys, TV, somewhere to come and just enjoy like being cocooned by old stone. Love it. So cool. Right, well, I think that's a wrap for the day, love. What do you think?
I think that is a great result.
I look a mess. Sorry, everybody. It literally looked like I haven't slept for about 6 weeks. Been dragged through a bush backwards.
Tara's been sick for as long as I can remember. So don't ever talk to me about man flu again.
You gave me a man flu and I'm a woman. I can't handle it.
One day I had it for. Yeah, do you know what's really cool about this, by the way? It's Monday morning. I've got no idea what's going to happen for the rest of the week.
I know, it's so exciting.
Except, we didn't film it, but we went to see The Rock again. That's going to be on our external wall. So, yeah, it's on its way.
On its way.
Could be next.
All right, team. See you soon. Ciao for now. Bye.
You're gonna come here, Dad.